Can you see today?
See what? No. I need glasses.
I don't need no glasses. See just fine.
Alrighty then.
Ready to start?
Sure.
Because then welcome to another episode
of
Driving to the Res.
with your favourite hosts,
Larry.
and Inelia.
Hey, we say each other's name quite nicely.
We do.
Well, we say our own name.
Our name. Very nicely.
We've actually
You're
practiced
getting
at
a
it.
little bit confused about who's speaking, honey.
Anyway,
You can read.
is this the right one?
Yeah.
I thought it was separation.
Yeah, that's it.
Internal conflict.
Yes.
Do you feel like giving up? Oh, do I?
Do you?
Well, no.
No, you don't.
Oh, did I?
Did I? Did you?
I had? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
A bit?
A bit. Yeah, I got like, forget it. What's the point?
Yeah.
It's pointless.
Pointless. What's pointless exactly?
It. The big
It.
IT.
The big IT.
The little ITs, those ones aren't pointless. You know, going to work 9 to 5, that's not pointless.
Really?
That has great big purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give up on that.
Okay, what are you going to give up on then?
The big IT.
What is the big IT?
The big IT would be like your prime purpose.
Give up on the prime purpose.
Yeah, but the little purposes, no. Those are actually important.
No, they're important.
They're the important.
So let's go back to sleep, drink some beers, watch nasty television,
Yeah,
the news.
the news.
Yes.
Get involved with what's happening. Go to work. Get a paycheck. Nothing wrong with that.
Fight with
That's
people.
important.
Argue with your family.
Yeah, they're your family after all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things are.
Don't
Don't give up on those.
Give up on your health and maybe
Working
even
about that.
And I've even heard a lot of people committing suicide or trying to recently.
Yes. It's funny the things that we are giving up.
Life.
Yeah. Not so funny. It's
Not
funny,
so
not
funny.
funny.
Not funny.
Funny,
at
not
all.
funny.
Not funny at all.
Not funny.
Not funny.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
The month of October is fascinating to you as a mystic.
Yes.
We talked about it in our review of 2022 video. I do remember that.
Yes.
If you haven't seen that, where can you find it? Looking at 2022.
It's on YouTube and other
it got
places.
put on Subscribestar even.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the first hour is all over.
Yes.
YouTubeable.
Yes.
Second hour, you need to Subscribestar.
Or Walk With
Or
Me
Walk
Now.
With Me Now, and you can find a recording. Because it has personal questions on there.
It does, yeah.
Anyway, we talked about it in our review of 2022. What was in the books for us for October, but we really didn't feel the intensity of it until we were in the middle of it. Such as now. Such as now, we are in the middle of October.
We are.
And even having pre-knowledge of it from that call.
You just don't imagine
It only
what
barely
it would be.
prepares you for
Right,
it.
no,
But
you
it does plant a seed, right?
Yeah.
The seed's planted so when it starts to happen,
You could remember.
you at least have the fighting chance to look at it.
Yeah.
Instead
And
of
remember, it's not
getting
personal, it's not
completely
actually you.
Oh. So, the fact of the matter is that you went on a tear and you wrote like plenty of articles to catch us all the way up until I don't know when, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And you had another article for this week.
Yes.
But this week happened.
Yes.
So, we got a new article written. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
This article... says we had another article ready for you middle of October, but it feels relevant for me to talk about this now rather than later.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
It is.
Inelia and I
Yes.
delivered the Enlightenment class in September. It's written from her. Says Larry and I written in here. To me, this Enlightenment class, September, accomplishes the delivery of critical information which will home in and guide us toward the co-creation of your chosen paradigm on Earth. It showed the power in the programs which are used to separate us and remove us from our support systems. After that class, many energies converged to bring about this very thing on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Which is to separate us from our support systems, including our bodies. So, biggest support system.
When we look at supporting, removing us from our support system, the support system that supports us in the reality we have or want to build, or the support system that supports us in keeping the one we have, or which support system are we being separated from?
The one that we want to accomplish, the one that
the
supports
one that we
us.
Want to.
Yes, the one that supports us in accomplishing what we want on Earth.
No matter what it is that you want to accomplish, the things that support you, bringing you to there, are the things that the separation program pulls you away from.
Yes.
Infighting and separations rampant at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The separation energy is what feels interesting. Both are important, but let's take a look at them. Mm-hmm. Separation. Separation. The lone wolf is being activated to the 10th degree right now. What's that even mean, 10th degree?
It's like huge.
Oh. Is that a saying somewhere?
Yes.
10th degree. Nth degree I've heard of.
That's probably short of 10.
Who knew?
Nth, yes.
10th. Nth. Yeah, in America we're a little lazy. We just go for the nth. We know that an abuser will systematically separate their victim from their support system, loved ones, and knowledge bases. If we take actions to separate ourselves from those individuals and groups that support our frequency, we fall into loneliness and desperation that will make us vulnerable. It may feel that being apart will be easier, but it isn't.
Right.
I think that feeling that it will be easier is because there's less conflicting information. Separation from conflicting information.
Could be. It could be. Mm-hmm.
So that it feels like it'd be better, but in fact, it's the conflicting information that you're needing to keep you where you want to be going.
Or maybe you're conflicted because you have two pulling energies inside of you.
Two energies pulling different directions.
Yes, the light and the dark pulling inside of you. Right. And that's the conflict and separation. So you have to separate from one or the other to make it work properly, right?
Got it.
And whatever it is, it's going to strengthen your choice, your inner choice.
Yes.
So we could say, oh my gosh, people are leaving, whatever, they decided to not be our friends anymore, whatever, and they must have chosen the dark because we chose the light. But in their mind, would say exactly the same thing. Says, I've got to get away from these people. They chose the dark, man. They're dragging me down. They've chosen the dark, man. I've got to get away from them. Mm-hmm.
And it might be right, both of them.
Yeah, they're both right. In each other's or ourselves, we're always right. And occasionally you'll get the individual who says, I'm going through such a tough time and my energy is so low, I don't want to bring the group down, so I'm going to leave for now. You get those as well.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
But separation energy is amplified at this point. And so the point of the matter is that the amplification makes little things that weren't true all of a sudden seem true.
Yeah, but also not just about groups, but separation of the physical body and person, the soul, different viewpoints and pulling in different directions. And, So, it's been amplified hugely, so tiny little things now look really big.
Right, and so the best idea is when you're being kind of, I won't say artificially, but I'm going to say you're being amplified.
Mm-hmm.
The amplification of separation means you could see these things. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. It's good to see them, but don't overreact to them, right?
But you're also seeing it through this.
And you're seeing it through a little bit of lens or fog or something? Or what?
You could, but the fact that you're listening to this podcast means you're seeing it. Means you can see it.
Right. And so, as is generally, especially in this case, important, just take a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Collect the data.
Mm-hmm.
Don't act on this.
No, Not yet. There's
Not
no
yet.
big deal.
Give it a few
The world's
months.
not going to end if you don't separate from your support systems or any groups.
Or you do, or you don't, or whatever.
In 4 months, right? Like, give yourself 4 months, 6 months, something like that before you take that decision. Now, if you're in an abusive situation, do it right away.
Well, yeah, we can clearly see that an abusive situation is probably not a good support system.
No, it's not a support system. No.
Might not be a good idea to wait 4 months on that.
Right. Yeah. Or if you're physically in danger, yeah, absolutely.
So let's say you're in a group.
Step away.
You're in a group and you've always enjoyed each other's company and everything has been nice and peachy keen. And then this month, I mean, people wear the wrong color or something, you know? Like, I got to get out of here. These guys are driving me nuts.
Yeah.
So take that. And if you do feel like separating yourself from your support system, pause for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing bad's going to happen. They can continue to wear the wrong color. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And after 4 months, if you still feel the same, go ahead.
Yeah.
In 4 months, that amplification will be over.
Yes.
Right? And in 4 months, then you can take the data that you have and look at it and put it into its real importance, right?
Right.
Plus, you've paused the process of separating from your support system if that's what you were doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Inadvertently.
Right.
So yeah, give it a pause. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
There's going to be lots and lots of reasons, reasonable and good reasons to separate. Just don't do it now. Yeah. Separation is division and weakness. Together we are strong.
Yeah, so basically, the world's not going to end if you decide to pause from separating from whatever it is that you're thinking about, whether it's from your body by dying, or whether it's from your marriage, if you're married and it's not like terrible marriage, like as abusive marriage, right? Or like all these other things.
Yeah.
Pause for now and decide later, because decisions made in this energy are not usually conducive to positive results.
Particularly the people that we are talking to right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
There are some that the separation energy is important, and that's what they should be doing. They're probably not going to listen to this.
No.
But if you're listening to this, you should pause.
Pause. Yeah. This too will pass, and then you can review. You can review whatever it is that you were deciding or were looking at.
Might it be fun to make notes? Go ahead and make notes. Keep a little log and say, okay, in 4 months I'm going to open this and see if this is still the big IT and hugely important, or if, this thing had passed and it wasn't. If this is a good support group, if this is support, if it is worth staying alive, if it is worth whatever.
Right.
Okay, good idea. So we're going to pause. Mm-hmm. This is October 15th, 16th, 17th. Middle of October.
Of 2022.
4 months is October, November, December, so through Christmas, January, February. Right in the middle of the breezy cold February. Well, for us, February is cold. So when it's really, really cold outside.
Or really hot if you're somewhere.
If you're in the south, then it's really, really hot February. I can't even imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, middle of February, we'll take another look.
Yes, we will.
Okay. Infighting.
That's the other energy.
That's the other energy. Infighting is part of separation in a way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Infighting is happening within each person as well as within groups and organizations. Us and them. Us versus them. Inside the person, it's about giving up on life. Feeling that what we're doing is laughable and ineffective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could feel that. Reminds me of the story of the angel and the demon saying the exact same thing, one on either shoulder, in our bodies. But we hear the saying from the angel and the demon as opposites.
Yeah.
Huh. Why is that, do you think? It's like they do. I mean, that's true. You could say the same thing. I've had it happen to me plenty of times. I'll say good morning, and some people think that means
let's fight.
It's on like Donkey Kong. Good morning, Mike. What the? You trying to poke me or something? It's like, oh, excuse me.
You know I'm going to arrive back. How can you possibly say that to me?
How could you possibly say good morning? He's such a meanie.
Yeah. Maybe to you. Not to me.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. So we also might start having symptoms and feelings in our bodies that we have in our minds and souls, such as our bodies are feeling tired when our minds are like, let's go, full of energy. To counteract this, we need to remember that this too will pass.
Yeah.
And also be aware that it is not us, but the energies on earth that are being amplified.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, the duality of the energy of the infighting, or of infighting.
Mm-hmm.
Duality of the energy of infighting. Can you expand on that a little bit? Because I hear it, but it felt like it just went through and out.
Oh, well,
the duality of the energy of infighting.
Yeah, so a duality is two.
Yeah.
Right? Two. Dual.
Okay, I think I'm seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just saw it.
And you need to, at least two, to have an infighting.
Right, you need two positions that are unmovable or need to be important, or this is it, that's not it.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least two.
Within groups and organizations, we'll continue to see completely opposing viewpoints. Boy, if you just read the rest of it just gets to it. An internal conflict regarding the important issues on Earth. Importances. We're going to be looking at importances in a week or so.
Yes, which is really kind of on point if you think about it. Because a lot of this infighting and a lot of this conflict that we're going through, the inner conflicts we're going through and the outer conflicts we're going through are directly reflected or connected with what we hold important. And we've talked about, in other podcasts, we've talked about the prime purpose. And we're making important decisions in life to balance them out or to test them with the importances, right? Mm-hmm. Of the prime purpose. And often when we start falling into conflict, we have fallen off the viewpoint or that part of it, the prime purpose that we're here to do. Right. So other things become important, right? So it could be a big thing, it could be a small thing, but everything becomes the prime purpose suddenly, right? Very important. Even though before it wasn't that important.
Right. What color we all wore to the group, I mean,
not important.
Didn't used to be important, but now it's very important because, I mean, it shows unity, you know? You're not going to be a team player.
Right.
I believe in team players. I wear the same colors.
I remember once it was a Sunday and the Packers were playing. The Packers are an American football team, and I love purple. I have a lot of purple clothes, and I just happened to wear a purple dress that day.
It was purple, honey.
Yeah. Anyways, the person I was with at the time got very upset.
Apparently purple's not Packers.
They're kind of the arch enemy.
The arch enemy of the Packers is purple.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? It's like, how could you wear purple? Really? Today of all days? And this is a really important match and you're wearing purple. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why? I mean, I don't get it. What are you talking about? Why is my dress important? And purple, I love purple. Yeah, that's always bothered me, but today of all days, why would you wear it? I'm like, I don't get it. And eventually they said, oh, wait, did you know that the blah blah team wears purple? What team? Oh, so you're not just being passive aggressive here. You actually don't know about this team? So, no, well, they're the arch enemies and they wear purple. Oh my god, really? Against the Packers? Yeah.
I gotta change my clothes.
I gotta change my clothes, man.
Can't be showing up to the Packers game wearing the wrong colours.
Yeah, so I went and changed because I like the Packers too.
Yeah.
But I had no idea about the other parts of it.
They didn't know they had a colour.
That the enemies
really likes the Packers so much.
I do, but I didn't know they had arch enemies and that they wore purple. I didn't know any of that. I just like the Packers.
Because it sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, one of these days...
Brett Favre was playing at the time. Yeah.
Okay, well, that is important.
Yeah, so it's little things like that, It's not actually something you can even understand sometimes.
And it adjusts with the it's like wearing purple is important for you, but not on that day.
Right.
Wearing a different color is important on that day.
Right.
And sometimes importances are fluid.
Its importances can be fluid, yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to be looking at importances.
Yes, we are.
Quite in depth.
Because what's important at the time can create a lot of boom stuff, right?
It can be
separation and infighting.
Amplify your separation and infighting.
Yeah.
Right, because it's differences.
And the other side of that, the other line of that is when you hold on to the real importance in your life, then everything else just starts dissolving, right?
The even if, separation and infighting does, for sure.
Yes, it dissolves because suddenly, even in that situation, to me, purple is a beautiful color and it's my favorite color, so it's an important color.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But then, when I saw the reasons behind the upset, and I also love the Packers, to me the importance of the Packers winning and not supporting inadvertently supporting their arch enemy on the day of the game became more important than my like of the purple.
Your like of purple, exactly.
Yeah. So it was fine. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get changed. And I did. I put a non-purple color on.
That's enough.
I may even have had green on me.
I sure as heck hope you had some green.
Yes, I did.
Green socks or something.
Something. So, funnily enough,
green.
I'm wearing green. I'm not wearing the Packer green, but it's green. It's close enough.
Green.
And purple. But anyways, when you hold on to the importance, then the other things fall away. So the prime purpose that you're here for. Right. So we're going to look at where those importances come from anyways. Do they come from other people and other things? Because those actually help us throughout this period.
Incidentally, if you're on Walk With Me now, you'll find that there's a thread about the importances. And there's, I think, 6 or so inquiring questions that we are answering each one of us. So if you're a member of Walk With Me now, go there, go to that thread, do the work. We'll start this importances class, right now. Yeah. And get it going.
But also remember that you have all the tools that I've been bringing forth for the past 12 years. You have all those tools. And remember that our tools do have an effect on these items. And one of the easily shared tools is this very article. And this very podcast is one of the tools, okay? Why? Because it brings awareness to what's happening and the effects that the present energies on Earth have on us, right? And is by having that awareness, the effects are diminished. I mean, we may still feel or think those separation and conflict things, but they don't affect us as strongly.
Not to the degree that it would have.
Yeah.
Because the degree that it would have brought about action.
Yeah.
And now the degree that it does brings about inquiry and observation of the data and connection with your tribe maybe, and not separation.
Right.
Not infighting.
That's it.
But
stay strong, stay together, and stay aware. Don't let this take you out of the role you're here to do, which is all about connection.
You're here to
connect. When you feel like severing connection to the expanded awareness sources, know it is a big red flag. Don't fall for it. And see you on the other side.
Other side of it. 4 months. You can do anything for 4 months.
So there's a saying in English, I don't know if it's in other languages, but in English we often say, pull yourself together.
Okay.
And when we say that sentence, it actually means step out of all the bits that are going everywhere and pull yourself together so that your internal conflict resolves, right? And it often means we say those things when a person is like having a nervous breakdown, or like it's like all over the place emotionally, or their life is just and they're just sabotaging themselves left, right and center, and we could say, hey, pull yourself together, better, easier said than done at the time, but it's actually a very accurate saying. Pull yourself together in the sense would be from the perspective of you, the person, but also from the perspective of your tribes that you've chosen to go through this split with, and the choices that you've made. And you really mustn't give in to the pull yourself apart.
Okay. I think message received.
Message received. Yes.
I rather enjoy our first hour being about a half hour instead of an hour. It seems nicer to have a little chunk that's easy to absorb. Yeah. If you feel like you want to hear about more of this, like we'll go into it for an hour or even 2 hours sometimes with Ilya and Adelina, bring in questions and have an interaction in the whole, I guess, questions of the whole thoughts, the energies involved, the maybe even personal examples, then jump into the second hour. Mm-hmm. And the second hour you can find it at Substack.
Yes.
No.
Subscribestar.
Subscribestar, yes.
Substacks. And Walk With Me Now.
Substacks where you have essays and newsletter.
Right.
Newsletter read out.
Yeah.
Subscribestar is where you can get to the second hour.
And Walk With Me Now.
Or at Walk With Me Now.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we'll go into it for an hour or two.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For now, we got it done.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. Love you.
Love you.